Hello and welcome back to All About Community. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris. I am your host, and my guest is April Lampkin. April is the president of the Hayward chapter of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Right.
You know,
yes.
I knew all of that. I was hesitating just to see if you would remind me. Now, I've known the Deltas oh boy, I remember one of your former presidents, Mona Bailey, and I were very, very good friends.
Oh,
and I
yes,
traveled across the world with her. But anyway,
I actually got to meet her.
Oh, did
person.
you?
Yes.
She was a great person out of Seattle, Washington area. There.
Yes, absolutely.
We when we went to break, we were talking about some of the national people who are prominent or well known. Locally, are there any well known people in the Deltas?
Well, Oakland's own city councilwoman, Treva Reed is a part of our chapter.
Good friend of mine.
She's very active on the social action committee, social action side of economic justice, educational justice, health disparity, all of that, health reform. I mean, she's very active in our chapter. We also have another councilwoman that just actually was initiated into our chapter from the Hayward City Council, Angela Andrews, who was always a partner with us prior to her becoming a member of the sorority in our chapter, was very instrumental in organizing Juneteenth, the first Juneteenth festival that we had in Hayward, and we partnered with her on that. And then we also have one of our past vice presidents, Emily Duncan, who was vice mayor of Union City. And so we have a number of sorors in our chapter that are on boards. They sit on nonprofit boards, work for nonprofits.
What's the general makeup of your chapter?
I would say our age would be maybe 24 to maybe 75. And that makeup has grown because we were chartered May 2nd of 1990. And so we're 33 years old. And so that's the only chapter that I've ever, alumni chapter that I've been a part of, but I've seen the makeup grow because when I came into the chapter, I was pretty young, but now I'm considered that middle-aged person.
I was young when I became a Kappa.
Right.
I'm an old Kappa.
But the makeup of our chapter is it's a good demographic. We have our Delta Divas, we have our Delta Deers, and so in between, the ages. But we have our mix of baby boomers, Gen X, millennials, and it helps us to function really well.
What about scholarships? Do you give scholarships?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, let's talk about it.
Absolutely. And I want to plug our fundraiser at the end of the program if I can.
Well, so you can plug it right now.
Okay. Well, on June the 4th, we will be having our 19th annual Music by the Bay.
Music by the Bay
in Oakland.
Okay.
And so it's going to be a wonderful afternoon of great food. We'll have a silent auction. There'll be dancing. There will be just a lot of fun and mingling, and you'll get to meet our scholarship recipients of this year. And so over the past 19 years, we've given in excess of maybe over $200,000 in scholarships to rewarding students because, as you know, college has not gotten any cheaper.
And how do you qualify for scholarships? Are they open to men and women or just?
Absolutely. These scholarships are open to any students that are going to school within our service area of Hayward, Union City, the cities that I named, Newark, and Fremont. And so you just need to complete the application that's online. It's sent out. We have an application deadline, answer some interview questions, come in for an interview, and you're rated and you're awarded according to the qualifications that you meet. And so this year we have, I think, about 5 or 6 students that we'll be rewarding awards to at our upcoming fundraiser. And so each year we raise money for the next year. So last year we raised about $54,000 for scholarships. And so we'll be giving away scholarships this year based on that. And then next year, based on what we raised this year, we will continue to give out scholarships.
You said men and women, right?
Men and women. You just have to live within our service area and complete the paperwork.
Oh, that sounds very simple.
Yes, absolutely. Now, we're looking for folks. So we want to give this money to deserving students.
Good. Now, what about membership in Delta Sigma Theta? Undergraduate and graduate, how does that work?
So for undergraduate, that would be our collegiate universities that actually have a Delta Sigma Theta chapter on their campus. They would need to be matriculating. have a certain GPA, and go through that process there. And there, all the qualifications are on our website.
Right. And what about for the alumni?
To be an alumni member, you will have to have graduated. Also meet the criteria of a GPA. But first of all, you have to be a woman.
Because, of course.
But it's open to, it's not just limited to African Americans.
And you have to have a college degree, right?
Yes, you do have to have a college degree for a graduate chapter. And but I wanted to say the woman thing, because every time we go places and have conferences, guys come up and say, "Hey, how can we join this?" And we're like, "No, you can't.
You got to go to a fraternity."
Right. So that's, we just had membership intake, and we brought in 24 new ladies into our chapter, and we're really excited.
That is fantastic.
And they're going to come in working, and we're really proud of them, and we're excited to welcome them to our chapter.
And we're going to have to go to break. Okay. Don't touch that remote. We will be right back. Again, my name is Robert L. Harris. I'm your host, and my guest is April Lampkin.